A super hot day here in Bafokeng. Welcome everyone to the Royal Bafokeng Stadium. Super hot as well near the basement of the DStv Premiership. Kaizer Chiefs in 14th place. Their hosts today, Marumo Gallants, are last on the table, still looking for their first win of the season. 32 degrees it is here this afternoon. Summer is here, we can officially declare, certainly in the Northwest Province. That's a lovely ball, chance to put the first one in the net, and it's missed. Watenga will be not happy with his defense, and the effort from Sekgota will be a disappointment to the player, his teammates and supporters. Striker Dion all on his own so far. Makudubela with a little trickery, but as he slowed things down, this might fall for him. A chance for Gallants. They're in the lead. One attack, one goal, and the home side on the counter-attack. He got a little lucky there, Makudubela, but he took his opportunity and stuck it in the back of the net, and so Zitha and the rest of the Gallants fans can celebrate.
Gotta give it to Londo. He's the one. I thought that pass was a little bit maybe too long, but just as well, that's an afternoon game which the grass helped to hold the ball, not to run too ahead of him. Slow it down a little bit and then starting the best of pace. Perfectly. That man running.
Off Kwinika is perhaps the pivotal moment in that whole build-up, but Gallants in the lead here against Kaizer Chiefs. The new Burundian signing, Bomfis Caleb Bimenyimana. Name is that long, William, that they've gone with his first name on the back of the shirt just to save on the letters.
I guess that's the reason. But I will stick to Bimenyimana.
Well, it's missed by Solomons. Here might be a chance. There's a little bit of a gap in here for Gallants to maybe try and set up a second. Kwinika doesn't hold, and the back heel clearance is necessary in that situation. They have hardly got into the Kaizer Chiefs penalty area, but every time they have, they've looked dangerous, Gallants. Generous categorization, William, but we know you're the chairman of the Goalkeepers Appreciation Society, so here's Watenga. That's a good save. That's a Bankster save into the midriff, nicely grasped.
What he did even better, besides absorbing the ball with abdomen, but was that he moved forward. He didn't wait for the ball to come to him.
The Burundian on his way. This is a good chance to look at him as Watenga goes scrambling for this ball, and it's going to be a foul against Bimenyimana. That's a little bit of a let-off for the goalkeeper.
You're lucky to have recovered that well to be able to help clear that ball, but his initially approach is what let him down. I think he should have cleared better. But good transition play by Kaizer Chiefs. To think that they were actually on the back foot up until that moment when Solomons wins. In fact, use of it was. And I spoke about his long-range pass. It's just one of them.
Wonderful occasions we've had here previously.
One in particular, the Confederations
Cup. Yes, I think that goal from Impela, was it against Spain?
Spain, yes, indeed.
Absolutely magnificent. 2009, it's an age ago now. Foot was up from Toure, who says, I'm playing the ball. Remember, he's on a yellow already, so he's going off to the naughty corner just for the moment, while the referee considers his options here. Second yellow, and a red. He knows he's been booked already. Red card for Toure. There it comes from Klanti. Little flick to the back post. They've got the equaliser. Scored by Kwinika. Kaizer Chiefs with 6.5 minutes to go break the deadlock.
You mentioned the aerial presence, but it's a good set piece played through by Klanti.
Now this little flick on puts Kwinika into an offside position.
Is that a spun in the works that he threw?
Well, it doesn't matter because there's no check on this, so the equaliser is there. It's all over. 4 minutes of stoppage time have elapsed, and Kaizer Chiefs still with only 2 wins this season. They remain in 14th place. Disappointment, I would fancy, for Raymond Ndaka, but I suppose at the beginning of the game, if you said he has a point against Kaizer Chiefs, he would have taken it. So Kaizer Chiefs down after 12 minutes, fight their way back to share the spoils, but their fans will not be happy. This was not a good performance. Gallants won, Chiefs won.
Coach, you're off the bottom of the DStv Premiership table with a point here today, but you look very disappointed. What are your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, well, a bit disappointed because regardless of the red card, I think this is the story that has been going on for a number of games. Like we lead, then we concede, and the kind of goals that we concede are goals that we say lousy goals sort of. So it's frustrating a bit. Much as you try and play well, the most important thing is to get 3 points. Once you don't get the 3 points, you're always languishing at the bottom of the log. Players cannot express themselves that much freely because you're playing under pressure almost every time, and it should not get into our mind to say we'll always lead and concede, lead and concede, lead and concede. But what a game, I can say. I do not want to blame the red card. The red card is part of the game. We need to man it when we have a red card, be able to maintain whatever we have. That's why I feel like it has gone just around the corner here. Yeah.
You're saying you don't want to blame the red card, but things did change after that, didn't they?
Obviously, the red card changed because you could see the toll was taking on our players. And the worst part of it, we have got key centre-backs who are already out. Our captain Lehlogonolo is out on injury, Ayanda is out on injury, Bukumano. So you make a makeshift. Whatever we're doing just to make a makeshift in the defense. So we just have to take it. The 1 point that we thought we'd get 3, I think will be enough for us.
One of the talking points from today will be the element of time wasting. Now, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it because we saw the incident with the ball boy. I know that was a discussion with Kune and the referee at halftime. Your goalkeeper as well went down a number of times. Was that a tactic to frustrate Chiefs?
I wouldn't say, but when you feel the fire, you need something to pull up that fire. Otherwise, you will burn your fingers. So you have to get away of, like Chiefs was coming, then you have to at least reduce their space with these small little things so that it can be fine. If you go all out when they're on top of you, chances are you may lose it.
Coach Arthur, it's a first goal and a first point away from home in the league, but how do you feel about the performance today?
Yeah, look, it's one of those days where, you give away, for me, we gave away points, okay? It was there for the taking. Though we didn't have, best, good game. I think from first half, we started slow, we picked up. I think in 10 minutes, we had a 1v1, situation with Sekgota. And then from there, from a pass in the middle, that one player made a run from deep, and 4 of our players just, standing. And we always say if there's no pressure on the ball, then it drop in center. And none of them, but the ball hit Zitha's knee, then it fell on the part of Otladisa, and they punished us. And that's the only thing that I remember that they've done today, in this game. So that's why I'm saying it was there for the taking. We planned, we knew, we said, let them have the ball in front of us. Not many of them, go direct runs, Only that one, if you look at, the entire 90 minutes, maybe they had another one that they looked dangerous, but not from the similar situation, maybe from wide Otladisa again. But, you know, this is one game. How many box entries we had in the second half? Even before, you know, they got a red card. We had box entries, but again, poor decision making in the final third, which is something that we've been working on ever since we started training, you know, to, you know, be composure inside the box and pick one player. You know, we just couldn't get it right, and we had to score from a dead ball situation, which is something that I'm happy about, because we also been not getting, you know, our dead ball situations, you know, right. So maybe this will help us, you know, to gain that confidence in terms of dead ball situations. But apart from that, other than the goal that they scored that we gave them, they didn't pose any danger.
Every week when we hear from you, Coach, we seem to be hearing the same message about the final third entries are something that you're happy about. You're on the right track, but just the decision making. What will it change? What will it take to change that?
Look, you try to encourage them. The only thing that you can do, this is a new team with new players who are coming into this, you know, into the team with different habits, you know. So you're trying to, you know, to cut off those habits as well, and also try to help them to understand the way we want to play and the way we should, you know, move inside, you know, inside the box when we have the ball, outside wide when we have the ball, you know, in the middle of the park. But sometimes they become too static, and they allow the oppositions to recover. And we made a lot of, you know, mistakes in receiving, just receiving the ball, you know, and which is something that we take for granted. Control the ball and pass the player that you're facing. While there's still time, while it's still free, then we delay. When the player now is under pressure, we release the ball. Then we give the ball, and then we keep the ball away cheaply. So those are the things that we're still going to emphasize, or we're still going to work on, with the hope that, you know, actually it's not a case of, you know, hoping now. It's a case of they have to do it, they have to get it right. And I have no doubt we'll get it right.
At 1-0 down, it's one story. But then you get the equaliser. How relieved were you?
Look, we had to change, you know, the formation. We had to push everyone forward, especially create width and have depth with Caleb now up front. But I don't think Ashley, you know, understood what we wanted him, you know, to do. We said when Caleb goes, don't follow him, just stay in the pocket. You're going to get those balls, you know, free there. And that's why we had to bring in Sabelo, because Sabelo understands those pockets much better. But also, you know, he wanted to carry the ball. Sometimes if he doesn't carry the ball, and then he just kick the ball forward. And it's unlike him. But like I'm saying, it's a work in progress. We know that we're going to get it right. But I'm obviously disappointed that today we deserve better, even though we did not play well. But we should have done better in terms of, you know, converting. Though we didn't have clear-cut, you know, clear-cut chances that we created. But we had numbers inside the box. We just had to pick one and score, just like we scored from a dead ball situation.